Bro, let's just get this thing over with. Reacting to my 2021-2022 NFL playoff prediction video. Boys, this one is bad. It is so bad. Probably the biggest L I have ever taken in the history of the channel. Oh my god, I don't even want to read the comments. Oh my god, this is gonna be so bad. I guarantee if I sort by newest first, I'm getting absolutely roasted. Big oof, this aged well. Yeah, 100% accurate. Not even close. Oh my god. Let's just start watching this thing. Let's get this pain over with. First bit of business, we have the 5-seed Raiders travel to Cincinnati to take on the 4-seed Cincinnati Bengals. Now the question is, can they stay hot? Can they take that momentum into the wild card round and upset the Bengals, who a lot of people think are going to be the surprise of this playoff? Well, I just don't think they have enough. The Bengals offense, mental. Joe Burrow, I genuinely believe, is going, hey, we have started 1 for 1. I got one pick right. I picked the Bengals over the Raiders. The Raiders had a heck of a game. Like I said, they had the momentum going into the playoffs. It came down to the last few plays of the game, but at least I'm 1 for 1. Let's go. Joe Burrow, I genuinely believe, is going to be a top 3 NFL quarterback the duration of his career. Like, hey, at least we got a good start. I look good for that one. Joe Burrow has been incredible, leading his team to the Super Bowl. So at least, like, for the first minute, if somebody clicked off at this point, like, they think I'm, like, not completely stupid. He is insane with that wide receiver core. Maybe the deepest in the entire NFL. I think the Raiders, they might keep it close. They played already this season, I believe, in Cincinnati, and the Bengals beat them down pretty bad. I think it was, at least I knew what I was talking about there. I said it was going to be close. Came out in the last few plays of the game, so another dub for me. One of the few dubs I'm going to get today. They're going to ride that momentum, but like, it's still, what a valiant effort to go through everything they've gone through this season and still end up a 5 seed, make the playoffs. That's true too. Like, they went through so much in this season, and they still were a play or two away from making it to the divisional round of the playoff run. I cannot believe that interim coach didn't get the full-time job. To guide his team through all the controversy this season and to make it as far as he did, how did he not keep that job? Josh McDaniels, a guy who has had no success as a head coach, I don't know. That's an L for me. The New England Patriots against the 3-seed Buffalo Bills. Oh my god, I already know where this is going. Really, in a normal year, risk picking, against the Bills here in my video, getting an extra 4,000 dislikes. But this year, I don't have to worry about it. These two teams obviously have played twice in the same division, and they split the season series. The Patriots in Buffalo early this year, that was the game Mac Jones, threw the ball twice all game. They ended up winning that one. But the question is, can they do it again? And can they do it where Mac Jones actually has to throw the football? Because that's more than likely what they're going to have to do. Answer is no. They weren't able to. I don't like making my prediction videos and always picking the highest seed. It's just so boring, and everybody always does that. You watch every NFL prediction video, and you always see everybody's going with the highest seed, and that never is what happens. I mean, this year you have a 4-seed and 4-seed going up in the Super Bowl. It's like obviously never always going to be the 1 and 2 seeds. So that's why I always try to make upset picks each prediction video I do. Today, when I make the wrong upset picks, it completely just made this entire video spiral out of control. This is literally the worst prediction video of all time, dude. The thing is, the Bills, they've been kind of up and down all year. The Patriots had a great stretch in the middle of the season, but they kind of tailed off. I think they've lost like 3 out of the last 4. Something just tells me, man, the Patriots are going to come in. They're going to run the football. They're going to throw a little bit better than what they did last time against the Bills in Buffalo earlier this season. But I don't know. I think the Patriots, Bill Belichick, that defense, I think everything's going to come together. And I really don't think it will be as big of a shock as what the seeding says. I mean, cringe! I think I just severely underestimated the ability of Josh Allen and that offense. Oh my god, what a beatdown. Didn't the Bills end up scoring on every single drive? Oh, that was a huge L. Like, I should have known the Patriots kind of just squeaked their way into the playoffs. They had a 1 seed for a while, but they really just tailed off at the end of the season. That momentum was just gone, and they got absolutely beat down and just made me look stupid. Thanks a lot, New England. Thanks a lot, Bill. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Kansas City Chiefs. This is going to be a blowout. Like, there's no, if, ands, or buts. I think the Chiefs won by at least 2 touchdowns. The Steelers, although I feel stupid, I said by 2 touchdowns. Didn't they win by more than 2 touchdowns? That was an absolute beatdown. I've been saying so because they beat my Titans. I think they're by far kind of the odd man out here in the AFC. I think Just looking back, I just really wish the Steelers or even the Patriots would have won that first round so we didn't have to play the freaking Bengals, dude. That's really what I was hoping for. The Steelers came out, played good defense at the beginning of the game, but it was just bad. Big Ben, not big anymore. I would have every other team over the Steelers that's in the AFC, maybe even in the NFC. I think there's the weakest playoff team, and it's been a cool little matchup. Who would you pick between the Steelers and Eagles going up against the Chiefs, or one of the hottest teams in the NFL? So they've already played this year. The Chiefs blew them out. I think it's going to stay the same. I think the Chiefs get an easy 2-touchdown win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which brings... So at least that was a dub. Like, to be fair, at least we haven't got off to like the worst of worst starts. We're 2 out of 3 so far. If you want to go ahead and click off the video now, you feel free to do so. You can take away that I'm a smart boy, at least 66% correct. Brings us into the NFC. 5-seed Cardinals travel to LA to take on the LA Rams, and I think the Rams get it done. Like, these two teams... Hey, dude, I'm 3 out of 4. I knew the Cardinals, they just kind of tailed off at the end. I'm pretty proud, because in my unuploaded video before the season, I picked the Cardinals as my NFC dark horse, and I picked the Bengals as my AFC dark horse. I know nobody's gonna believe me, but I don't care what you believe. So I'm pretty proud they, like, both made it as far as they did, especially the Bengals. But Cardinals, once they lost D-Hop, they were not the same at all. What happened to the Cardinals team that played my Titans week 1, dude? Bills, but this time I'm going with the home team. First playoff game, SoFi Stadium, and the Cardinals, they just kind of limped their way in the playoffs. DeAndre Hopkins is not coming back. Maybe that could have changed some things, but he's not. I know J.J. Watt will be back, but Cardinals have lost, what, like 3 out of the last 4 games, limping into the playoffs, even lost the Lions badly. I just think the Rams win this. Hey, at least the Titans just lost to the Jets. We didn't lose badly to the Lions. It could have been worse. Hey, the Bengals lost to the Jets, dude. What are we talking about? The Jets are the team that needs to be in the Super Bowl. They really haven't necessarily struggled as of late. They've won, I think, like 5 or... Wait, how many wins did the Jets get over playoff teams? That's wild. The last 6 or something similar. Been a lot of close games, but they still find ways to win. And when you go up against a team like the Cardinals that have struggled so much to last... That is true, though. They did find ways to win throughout the season, even in the playoffs. It's not been easy for them, but they're in the Super Bowl, and that's all that matters. You're going to have close games if you're going to make it all the way to the Super Bowl, and they found a way to come out on top each time when it matters. Last month of the season, I think this is one of the easiest picks of this first round. I'm going Rams over the Cardinals. Next, we have the 6-seed 49ers traveling to the Cowboys to take on the 3-seed Dallas Cowboys. Now, I already know this is going to be freaking rough, dude. When I was doing some research and doing my picks before the video, kind of getting ready for it, I was so torn on what upset I wanted to pick in the NFC, and I went with the wrong one, as you'll see. And this is when the video starts to take a really bad turn. At least at the beginning, I was 75% correct. I say, click off the video now if you want. Thing is, the 49ers barely squeaked their way into the playoffs. Overtime win against the Rams last week to make their way here. And I think if they lost that game, I do believe the Saints would have made it instead of them. But the 49ers are one of those teams that are talented enough to beat any team, I think, if they play good enough. I think they're one of those teams, if everything comes together, they could be one of those dark horses to actually maybe make it to that NFC Championship game. So what I'm trying to say, hey, I'm not completely stupid. As bad as my picks end up being in this video, at least I made some stuff that, like, kind of turned out correctly. Like, the 49ers, like I said, like, they just don't seem like that team that would make it that far, but if they play well enough, they can. And I think we kind of all underestimated Kyle Shanahan. Like, I know he started off the season poorly and he has his critics, but, like, he always fields a competitive team that can go on that run to make it 1 game shy of the Super Bowl, which they were so close to making it. Imagine they actually made it to the Super Bowl. I say, it wouldn't shock me if the Niners won here, but the Dallas Cowboys, I think they're just a good team, dude. They just have to wrong. Now, to be fair, I do think this was the popular upset pick, but at the same time, I know, like, the majority of people did pick the Cowboys, so this isn't a huge L. But I am shocked at how poor that talented Cowboys offense came out and performed in that game. That was bad. Too much firepower. Got to keep in mind, too, Jimmy G, as well as he did play down the stretch against the Rams, he still, though, isn't even close to 100% healthy. He even said it in a post-game interview against the Rams. I do wonder, and you can let me know in the comment section below, do the 49ers make it to the Super Bowl if Jimmy G was fully healthy? That's an interesting little thing to think about. Oh, he's in a ton of pain. So it's Jimmy G not at 100% against a really good Cowboys team that was just a game or 2 away from being the 1 seed and a really good NFC. I think it's going to be the Cowboys. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be What is the problem with the Cowboys? Like, when they field great teams, talented teams, why can't they win in the playoffs? It's just like, Dallas fans, I'm genuinely curious. Less than a touchdown game in the Cowboys, though. It's just too much firepower. And boys, I was thinking about this game for a long time before I made this video. Just shut up! Shut up! Oh, you already know where this is going. It just seems like, you know, being a 10-point underdog, playing Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, this should be a surefire win for the Buccaneers, right? I don't think so. It was such a blowout, and how sad was it though to know this was the last win we were ever going to see from Tom Brady in his career, and I picked against them to lose to a 7-seed Eagles team that I don't think had a win against a winning team the entire year. Why am I so dumb? Like I said, I wanted an upset pick on both sides. I just wish I would have went with the Niners. I really do. I really do. The Eagles are one of those teams, I don't think they have beat a playoff team this entire year. They did play the Buccaneers earlier this year. They played them pretty close. When you think about it though, this is the Buccaneer team that's had to go through quite a bit the last few months, specifically the last few weeks. I really can't explain it aside from the fact that just looking at this matchup, thinking about what these teams have gone through, how they both got to this point in the season, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity for the Eagles to come out in a game they shouldn't compete in. They very well could come out with a last-second upset victory. Like, this is gonna make me look stupid when the Buccaneers win by 2 touchdowns, because at the end of the day, I mean, I wasn't wrong there. Like I said, my picks might be wrong, but at least some of my commentary is 100% accurate. Like, do I even have to listen anymore? I just thought it was just gonna be something magical. I think maybe I'm just too much of a Jalen Hurts fan. I think that kind of clouded my judgment. How did I pick against Thomas? No, I'm gonna go Eagles. Close victory against the Buccaneers. It definitely makes
What was the final score, dude? What, didn't they win by like 3 touchdowns or something?
Wait, why did I get a freaking voicemail from a congressman? What the heck? So it was a 16-point game. I mean, not necessarily the close Eagles victory that I predicted, but at least it wasn't as bad as the Bills Patriots. My biggest upset pick of this first round. Thank God, dude, you can't see dislikes anymore. It brings us into the next round of the playoffs, the division. Just looking at this right now, I already know this is just gonna end up so bad. Like, what do I even say to these? Like, half of these matchups aren't even real. They're fake because I'm wrong. Out of the 4 divisional round matchups, I predicted one of the matchups correctly, and you'll see if I even get the pick right or not. Divisional round, starting off with the 4-seed Bengals traveling to the 2-seed Kansas City Chiefs. They already played a few weeks ago. The Bengals came out close, controversial win in Cincinnati. But this time they have to travel to Kansas City, one of the toughest places to play in football. It's really 2 of the hottest teams in all of football right now. These are 2, probably a lot of people think maybe 2 of the best teams in football right now. Which is true, actually. And it turned out to be the case because they played in the freaking AFC Championship game. Hold on. I am stupid. I didn't predict any of the divisional round matchups right. That was the AFC Championship game. So it was the correct, like, 2 teams playing against each other, but in the wrong round. At least, like, I get a real analysis on a matchup that actually happened, but it's not in the championship game like it actually was. Like, how do I screw this up so bad, dude? It's so tough. It's so tough. I mean, the Bengals just beat them, but it's Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. They just find a way. They started the season off, like the first half of the season, it was unlike the Chiefs that we've seen the last few years. Out of nowhere, kind of quietly, just almost got the 1 seed. Maybe should have got the 1 seed. I gotta go with
I kind of really wish the Titans wouldn't have got the 1 seed, because maybe it really is the move to not get the 1 seed. It seems like, as we'll see, you know, you already know, both 1 seeds went out first game. Maybe really taking that off week and kind of get down a rhythm really is a real thing. But of course, I went with the Chiefs. And why didn't the Chiefs win in real life? Because of Jackson Mahomes. That's my analysis. But maybe it's a stretch saying they're deeper than the Chiefs offensively, but they're almost there if they're not already there. That is a really interesting statement. Are the Bengals offensively more deep than the Chiefs? I don't think so. Maybe actually, no. What am I talking about? Really, it's only at receiver. The Chiefs had a better O-line, better tight end, but it's at least an interesting thing to think about evenly, but I gotta go Chiefs. Next, we have my Tennessee Titans versus the New England Patriots. And yes, I know we already played this season in New England. They beat us down, but that was a game we didn't have anybody, dude. It was
Like, what does it even matter now? None of these matchups are real. Oh, bro. I really think if this matchup happens, if the Patriots wouldn't have gave up a touchdown every single drive to the Bills, maybe we actually could have squeaked our way into the AFC Championship game. But, like, this matchup didn't even happen. Why? Because the Patriots lost by 74. Though I haven't been to a Titans loss this decade. Going with all that just aged absolutely horribly, dude. Maybe making this video was a bad idea. I'm gonna get roasted so bad. The Titans, which is gonna set up for a Titans-Chiefs AFC Championship game, a rematch. So if that was to really happen, I genuinely want to hear from you guys. Who would have won this matchup? Would the Titans have finally beat the Chiefs when it meant the most? Probably not. Why? Because our quarterback's freaking Ryan. Here, this is a tough one, boys. Rams, Cowboys, in... That would have been a heck of a matchup, but too bad the Cowboys got absolutely wrecked by the Niners. Dallas, this would be a great game for TV. These teams are so even, and I genuinely don't know who to pick. I kind of am mad thinking about it that we didn't get this matchup. That would have been probably one of the most fun and the most anticipated matchups of the playoffs. Nah, but freaking Michael McCarthy and the Cowboys had to go screw things up for us. Both come out, both could win. Both teams... Oh, I'm gonna mute myself for a second. Who did I even pick in this game? I can't remember. I went Dallas? I went Dallas and Green Bay, obviously. I went with the Packers over the Eagles in this, like, just completely not existent football game. Look how wrong I was, bro. So I had Chiefs, Titans, and Dallas Cowboys, Green Bay Packers in their respective conference championship games, and only one of these 4 teams made it that far. 3 out of the 4 teams that I have in the conference championship game lost in their first matchup in the playoffs. So, like, just look at the face I'm paused on. That's what my brain looks like 97% of the time. There's no way they go into Lambeau Field, Packers having a week's rest. Not only that, it blows my mind that the Packers are probably right now considered the best overall team in football. And now, that's a true statement. How did the Packers perform so poorly? Now for the playoffs, they're getting back for the first time this season. Their leading pass rushers, Zadarius Smith and David Bakhtiari. Now, to my credit, David Bakhtiari ended up not playing when he was expected to, but to be honest, that wouldn't have changed anything. I probably still would have had the Packers going as far as they did end up in this video. Like, this is just so cringe. This is absolutely so cringe. Look at my face. I think I'm so smart and so sophisticated. Cowboys, Packers, once again, a toss-up.
I forgot who I
can
picked.
Happen here, but I genuinely believe the Packers are the best team in football. And keep in mind, like I just said, they're bringing back 2 of their better players. A team that has been missing 2 of their better players. They lost to the 49ers, you idiot. They lost to the goddamn 49ers in gym. It's just so weird how teams can play so well for so long and just, when it means the most, just suck. So as you already see, we have, you know, the Packers going to the Super Bowl from the NFC side of things. Oh, so brilliant. I have a 1 seed making it all the way. Because, yeah, I know the Chiefs, they're hot. They're not playing like they were earlier in the season. But what can you take from this? What is the common denominator here? These 2 teams already played this season in Tennessee, and the Titans won 27-3. And not only that, the Titans are now healthier than what they were at that point in the season. To be fair, bro, I really want to know what would have happened here. Because I really feel like our defensive line, our front 7, would have been able to dominate like we did in the regular season. Like, I don't think it's going to be a 27-3 game again. But, like, I feel like we had a really good chance to shock the world and win this. But it doesn't matter. Why? Because of freaking Evan McPherson, dude. Let's just skip ahead. Obviously, I picked the Titans here. I, after everything, picked both 1 seeds. And what does it matter? I even went with the tough decision to go against my favorite team in the Super Bowl and pick the Packers. Oh my God, bro. This was literally one of the biggest L's of my YouTube career.